Commander will hand over the parade to the training officer, Inspector Ross. The colours embody the history, spirit and traditions of the service to which they belong. They are carefully guarded and treated with great respect. The custom of carrying colours has its origins in ancient and medieval times when, during battle, warring factions carried flags bearing family badges to show positions of commanders and to serve as rallying points. Although no longer carried in those circumstances, colours remain a symbol of the service, for on them are borne the honours granted in recognition of gallant deeds performed by its members. This has resulted in the colours being regarded with esteem and veneration and an insistence that they be treated at all times with becoming dignity. The police colour has a blue field with the Union Jack in the corner and also has the police emblem in the centre background. The colour is kept in the chapel at the Police Academy as a constant reminder to all members of the Victoria Police of their loyalty to the sovereign and state. Is about to be marched onto the parade, and as a sign of respect, we ask you to please stand. All members of the police service in uniform will salute the colour until in position. Alan Evans. Second place, Policewoman Constable Deborah Jenkins. Third place, Constable Michael Riley. The remainder of the graduates will be presented in alphabetical order. Constable Robin Aaron. Constable Patrick Allen. Constable Ken Leary. Constable GLEN Matthews. Constable Jeffrey McCowan. The reviewing officer will now make presentations of 3 national medals and 1 class to the national.
First of all, I must apologise to the Chief Commissioner who is busy, and I'm pleased, only too pleased, to stand in his stead here today. First of all, I must congratulate the candidates on their turnout and presentation. Secondly, I extend a warm welcome to your friends and relatives. Thirdly, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to Lieutenant Colonel Fowles and Mr. Fowles, Major Hale from the Army School of Transport Whakapanua, Inspector Lena from the West Samoan Police, Lieutenant Commander Farrell and Mrs. Farrell from the Royal Australian Navy at Flinders. My congratulations also go out to the Academy staff on the manner in which the presentation was made today. And my congratulations also goes out to the band, the combined band, which includes the Police Military Band. It was a very fine effort. Thank you very much indeed. You are now members of the police force, and you are now charged with a very serious responsibility of maintaining a high standard of peace and order in our society. And this can only be achieved by your loyalty, zeal and efficiency in the discharge of your duties. Each member of the force, and the force as a whole, has the objective of protecting life and property, preventing crime, discovering and investigating offences, and preserving the peace. The police are the community, and the community are the police. The police act for the community in the enforcement of the laws. Being a part of that community, you have also a responsibility with your contribution in the social atmosphere to influence society in directions conducive to good order. However, in your application to your duties, you will always be required to use initiative, judgment, discretion, logic, and a lot of common sense. There will be circumstances when you'll have to make instant decisions, and that's where the common sense part comes into it. To be a good policeman, we expect you to be a saver habit. That is essential to every member of the police force. You should also be desirous of advancement in the police force, and you should devote a certain amount of your time to study and general improvement of the knowledge of the laws. You should cultivate an agreeable and a courteous manner and bearing, smart deportment, cheerful manner and attention to duty, so a consciousness of what is required of him in the public interest. Successful police work is entirely dependent upon the support and goodwill of the community. It is essential. This can only be enjoyed by healthy recreation. Don't discredit the police force, because it will never discredit you. Now, as from Monday, I understand that some of you will be going to the traffic department to be instructed in the art of driving police vehicles. It's essential that at all times that you comply with the law, whether you're in civilian or on police duty.
Commissioner Martin, relatives and friends of the graduates, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, the graduates themselves. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity to be with you and with the graduating class here today. It's a great honour for me as a soldier to be amongst another uniformed group who is equally as dedicated as the armed forces are to the service of the community. And whilst the police and the armed services have very different roles to perform in the service of the community, we do have that one thing in common. We are there to serve, and to serve the Australian community as a whole. In fact, it goes a little beyond that, I feel. The armed services and the police cooperate in many different ways, and perhaps the best means of cooperation is the one that happens all too often and all too tragically in Victoria and in other states of Australia. And I refer to the natural disaster. More recently, the tragic bushfires in Victoria, and in earlier times, floods and other natural disasters throughout the country. Your cooperation as graduates of this academy and the cooperation of the armed services in those fields is absolutely essential if we are to serve the community who pays taxes and therefore pays our salaries. Cooperation also goes and extends into training. Assistant Commissioner Martin mentioned those of you who will graduate into the traffic branch. I hope that a number of those who do graduate into the traffic branch that we will see at Puckapunyal at the Army School of Transport, where a lot of police driver training is performed. This is a tangible benefit that the Victorian community and the Australian community will get from police and army cooperation. It saves money and it turns out better graduates.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a final compliment to the reviewing officer, the parade is about to advance in review order.
Parade will advance in review order. By the centre, quick! General, salute! Salute! Party! By the center! Quick! Hold! Party left! Hold! The party will advance! Hold! The party change direction left. Left wheel. Right. Right to the left. Left. Left.
if you want to.